Good morning, all. Students, can you see the screen? Can you see the PPT?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Hey, students, in last class, we were seeing why strength is very less. Only 29 students are there. What about the remaining students? See, if you join late, then from next class onwards, in the beginning only, I'll take attendance. Few students are joining class only because of attendance. Here you cannot say no. You traffic jam. You are not able to reach college on time. No, at home only you are attending class. Being at home, you can't you attend class on time? The only 30 students are there. What other work you have at home? Is your parents will tell you don't attend class. First you do this work, that work. They'll tell like that. No, no, no. Parents will tell like that. I'll take attendance. Those who are absent, I'll not give attendance only. From now onwards, those who join late, to them I'll put absent only. Answer attendance. Asta,
Present, ma'am.
2, 3,
Present,
Present,
ma'am.
ma'am. Mama Bino present.
4,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm Aishwarya.
5,
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
6,
Present, ma'am.
7,
Present, ma'am.
8, 9, 10,
Yes, ma'am.
11,
Present, ma'am.
12,
Present, ma'am.
13, 14,
Present, ma'am.
16,
Present, ma'am.
17, 18,
Present, ma'am.
19, 20, 21, 22,
Present, ma'am.
23,
Present, ma'am.
24, 25, 26,
Present, ma'am.
27, 28,
Yes, ma'am.
29, 30, 1, TD1, 2,
Present, ma'am.
3,
Present, ma'am.
4,
Present, ma'am.
5, 6,
Yes, ma'am.
7,
Present, ma'am.
8,
Yes, ma'am.
9, 10,
Present, ma'am.
11, 12,
Present, ma'am.
13,
Present, ma'am.
14, 16, 17,
Yes, ma'am.
18,
Present, ma'am.
19,
Present, ma'am.
20, 21,
Present, ma'am.
22,
Present, ma'am.
23,
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am, BY 30.
1 BY 17.
Ma'am, 1 by 20.
When I called for attendance, that time why you didn't answer? No, I'll not give attendance. 8:30 class means 8:30 you have to be there. Are you traveling to college? No, you are sitting at home and you are attending. Can't you join class on time? This is not first time. Many times it happened like that. That's why today I took class first. I took attendance in the beginning only. From now onwards, I'll take beginning and at both. Let my time waste. I take like that only. Don't put any message in the chat box. I'm not going to give any attendance.
Ma'am, Aishwarya present, ma'am.
Your USN? You
03,
answered no.
ma'am.
That time only you answered no. I marked.
Yeah,
Those
ma'am.
who answered that time,
Abhinav
I
came,
marked.
so.
I marked them. Okay, I don't want
Okay,
to discuss on that now. Yes, in last class, we were seeing the matrix. Matrix is nothing but the measurement, how we are going to measure or how we are going to test. We have seen some of the examples on organizational matrix, project matrix, process matrix, and product, which is a generic or on product of software. Also, we have seen. Now, the next we have progress monitoring and trend. See, what is the general meaning of progress? How the work is carried out, how the work is running, how the program is running. Whether it is in a whether more failure are there, whether less failure are there. We'll check no in the progress. Why we get a progress card? Why we get a progress card is nothing but your marks card. Correct, no students? Why we get? Because to know the status, to know how many marks the students have got. Correct, no? When we come to know how many marks you have got, then we will understand what is the status. Whether the student is strong or whether the student is weak in studies, whether the student is average student. So we will judge based on the progress card. Correct, no? Similarly, in software, in any applications, we do progress testing. So we do progress measurement. How we do progress measurement? If you take example of your progress card, we do exams. So there also we are testing. No, we do exams and we check your output. We check your performance, how you are performing. So based on your performance, we'll certify that the student is best student, the student is average student, the student is below average student, the student is weak student. So similarly here we execute the program, and based on the performance is measured based on the time. Correct, no? Based on the time, based on the resources, based on that we are going to measure the performance. So we measure the performance, and when we measure the performance, definitely there will be success and there will be failure. So we have to note down what is the success and how is the failure. Because of what we are getting a failure in the program. So we have to monitor everything. Then we have to make a note of it, and that documentation type we have to prepare. So one more example I'll give. When you execute a network program, suppose in 1 minute, 100 packets has to send from A to B. A is a sender, B is a receiver. So to the receiver, I have to send 100 packets in 1 minute. In first execution, successfully, I may all the 100 packets may be reached in one time. In second execution, there might be delay. There might be delay of 1 or 2 seconds because a time limit I have given only 1 minute. In 1 minute, maybe 1 or 2 time delay may happen. Or in the third execution, it may take more. The packets may not reach to the receiver only. So all these are possible ways. No, we cannot say that whenever you execute a program, you will get a success only. Correct, no students? Even after doing testing also, all this may happen. Based on the situation. So here we need to monitor the progress of the application. We need to monitor the progress of the application. That is a trend to measure the progress of the application. And next we have is understood the progress monitoring. How the program is executing, we are going to monitor. How the program is executing. If any failure occurs, then how the failure occurs. If I'm passing from person A to person B, person A is a sender and person B is a receiver. If I'm passing 100 packets, if only 90 are reaching, where those remaining 10 went? Why they have not reached? Or they may reach a little late. Why the delay has happened? Everything we have to see. So that is nothing but monitoring the progress of the application. Next we have static and dynamic matrix. A student, static means, as we all know, it is fixed. Dynamic means during runtime the values will change. So static, before the static measurement, the static measurement or static matrix can be done before the execution of the program only. Correct, no? Because we know the set of values. We know the set of values, or you can say we know what type of testing we have to do. We know that. So before the execution only we can do. For example, if you're finding simple interest, so there in the program only, if you are giving a PTR value, then before execution only you can come to know what will be the answer. Correct, no? So why? Because those values are fixed. So before execution only I'll come to know whether I'll get a success or I'll get a failure. But in dynamic matrix, during the execution we have to do the testing. In dynamic matrix, during the execution we do the testing. Student, there is only there is only a simple difference. The static matrix, in static matrix the values are computed before the execution. The values are computed before the execution, or you can say without execution the values may be calculated in static matrix. In dynamic matrix the values are calculated during the runtime or during the execution time. These are all the test matrix. Next we have hardware and software testing. Yes, students, when we say testing, then definitely we have to do both hardware and software testing. So there we may use manually also. You can do both hardware and software testing, or you can also use a automation. You can also use automation to test hardware and software. There are several similar and difference between techniques used for testing hardware and software. There are several similar and difference. Both type of technique we have to solve to test both hardware and software. And here to check hardware and software, whatever the application we develop, there we have to check both hardware and software. Correct, no? Without checking hardware components, only if you check software, and can you give your application to the end users or to the customers? No. You have to check both hardware and software. Students, understanding, we have to check both hardware and software. There we have two types, or you can say, or two functions, you can say, the fault model and the test domain. What is fault model? What is fault? What is the meaning of fault? What is the meaning of fault? Fault means a mistake. Yes, you do. You tell, no, generally we tell, I have done somebody because of some fault in the program. Generally these words we use in our daily life. We use these words. Because of some fault in the program, we are not able to execute. We are not able to get the desired output. That fault is nothing but the error. That fault is nothing but the error, or that fault is nothing but a mistake. That mistake what we have done. So when we'll come to know the mistake, when we do the testing, when we do the software testing. It may be hardware testing or it may be a software testing. Both the testings we have to do. In the fault model, we'll check the input and output statement. Say for you know logic gates. Yes, students, you know logic gates, no? AND gate. And come on, tell if you know or you
Yes,
don't know.
ma'am.
Okay, when I take a simple example, logic gate example, in logic gate and when both the inputs are true, then definitely the output will be true. The output will be true. If any one input is false, then the output is false. If any one input is false, the output is false. This we know. Before the execution of the program, we know no. We know what might be the output. Suppose suppose if first input is true and the second input is also true, and if output is false, then what do you think? What do you think? Some fault has happened. Some fault has happened. This checking the fault is done in this fault model, because the input is static and even the output is also static. It will not change. It will not change. When both in the AND gate, when both the inputs are true, then definitely the output should be true only. The output should be true only. If you are getting the output false, then some device error may be there, or some software error, some kind of error may be there. Because of that only, we are not getting the desired output. So next, what we do? We do the testing. In the fault model, we have come to know where both the inputs are true, then the output is false. It is not matching my requirement, desired output, the expected output, or the whatever the output I have observed. Whatever the output I have observed is not matching with my desired output. So some fault has occurred. Then we do testing. In testing, what we do? We'll check the hardware component. We'll check the hardware component. Why, even though both the inputs are true, why the output is wrong? We do hardware testing, we do software testing, and after doing hardware and software testing, we come to know what fault has occurred and we'll try to resolve those problems or try to debug the errors. So this is hardware and software testing. Next, we have very important, I think no need to explain this technique, testing and verification. In many of the concepts, we have already seen testing and verification. Yes, what is testing?
Checking errors.
Don't see the slides and don't answer. I'll ask some.
I'm checking errors module by module.
Deepika, what is testing?
Ma'am, checking the errors, ma'am.
Checking the errors. Output screen nodi helidiyamma. Nishant.
Yes, ma'am.
Give the example for testing.
Ma'am.
Example kodappa. Kelta idya class.
Yes, ma'am.
Testing on the example kodu. Kavya, what is testing?
Checking errors, ma'am.
Checking errors. Give an example.
Like waterfall model.
Waterfall model.
Yes, ma'am.
Fast. See, so many times I have repeated this. If you are not answering it, then I'll not go to the next concept.
Ma'am, Arjun.
Testing like documents.
Document. Testing.
Ma'am, Arjun, shall I tell ma'am?
Tell.
Before delivering any product or software to customer, we have to
Okay.
test something and we have to release. For
Yes,
example,
before we deliver a product to the customers, we do testing. And any other answer?
ma'am, and like example is Android version. Like they'll release a beta version first. Beta version is a testing version. They'll take the feedback from the users, which and all they use the beta version, and they'll implement whatever the wrong thing went in the beta version, and they'll implement to public version. They'll release a normal version, ma'am. That is testing.
Okay. See, students, testing is very simple. Testing is a process of checking errors. See, whatever the application we develop, before we give to the end users or before we give to the customers, so what we do? We do the testing. We check testing. In last class, I gave example. No, if any new phone releases, then we do test. The manufacturer will do testing, and they take review from the users. They take review from the customers, and in the next version, they'll try to overcome from those drawbacks. So similarly, here a testing is a process of checking errors. See, our job is not to check the errors. Not only just, okay, I have done this program, after executing, I'm getting 100 errors or I'm getting 200 errors. That is my job. I have checked whether the program is right or wrong. I've checked whether my program is right or wrong. I'm getting hundreds of errors. Or if you're not done any mistake, in the code, in the logic, if you're not done any mistake, then without any error, successfully if your program execute, then next step is you'll check for the output. Correct? No, once your program is error free, then your next step is to run the program. First you debug your program. The debug is nothing but testing your program. Then the next step is to run the program. When you run the program, you should not simply or blindly, we have to accept that whatever the output I'm getting, that is correct. No, you should not do that. You have to check, you have to verify the output, whether whatever the output you are getting, whether that is right or wrong. Whether that output is correct or not, we have to verify. Only then we will get a success in our application. Without checking anything, if you directly, without verification, you should not give your product to the customers. You have to verify the output, whatever the output. When you run an application, if your program doesn't have any error, just assume that you have developed a web page. When you run the web page, and you have to check each functionalities. You have to verify each functionality, whether each functionality is giving the output. When it is giving the output, we have to verify whether it is correct or not, whether it is matching the requirements of the customers or not, whether it is fulfilling all the needs or not. We have to do all this verification. So that's why testing and verification is very important. But testing is a process of checking errors. Verification aims at proving correctness of the program. So correctness of the program by showing that it contains no errors. We tell that the program doesn't have errors. By verifying the program, we tell that, and how we verify, how the verification has to be done, based on the condition and possible input we have to give. A simple example only I'll take. To calculate a simple interest, what is the formula? PTR by 100. So this is the condition. This is the logic of this program. And what type of input you have to give for this program? If you give an input as A, B, C, because you need PTR value. Three values you need, no? 3 values you need. Developer may be knowing those three values are integer variables. But how the customer will know? The customer might not know. We cannot say all the customers or all the end users who use your application, they are very strong in programming. They have all the knowledge about the programming. We cannot say, because before we hand over our product to the customers, we have to do all this verification. So when you are doing verification based on the condition, the possible inputs you have to give. Yes, correct. Now, students, for PTR, if you give the input A, B, C, will you get the correct output? Will you get the correct output? No, you will not get the correct output because you are not giving the possible way of input. So we have to give in the program or in the application. You may give. Assume that in a text box, if you are taking an input from the customer side, next to the text box, if you want to display a message, you can in the validation process also you can do this. Input only integers. Yes, you can do that type of validation. No, if you do that type, if any customer is giving for PTR value A, B, C, then immediately it should pop up a message. When you can do this, when you yourself try with all this possible way of input. The tester has to do all this. Only then he'll be able to fulfill all the needs of the customers. And next, testing is not perfect process, but verification is a perfect process. How? Any example? Simple example. Any simple example also you can give. So that I'll come to know that you are understood the difference between testing and verification. Students, I gave you one example when you go to a shop to buy a milk packet. Correct, no? So you take 100 rupees and you go to a shop and you purchase 20 rupees of milk packet. 20 rupees of milk packet you'll purchase. And the remaining change amount, if he gives, you'll take. If he is not giving, then you have to ask. How you can ask? When you know the basic mathematics. When you know basic maths, basic logic, you have 100 rupees. The cost of milk is 20 rupees. If you know this basic mathematics, if you send a small kid to a shop, then the kid doesn't know what is this, all this basic mathematics, this operations, whatever the operations we apply for testing, that kid doesn't know, then that kid just gives money and he'll come back with a milk packet. But we have this knowledge. We have the knowledge of doing testing. So definitely, if that shopkeeper is not, see students, it is a simple example, but for your understanding purpose, I am giving this example. So when elder go to the shop, when you go to the shop, if that shopkeeper is not giving a change, then you will ask. When you take a change, you will check whether you got a change or not. Correct, no? That is a testing process. You're just checking whether he has given the remaining amount or not. Yes, students, see, the process will not end there. See, you have given 100 rupees, the price of the milk packet is 20 rupees and the remaining amount he has given. You just simply, you should not come out of the shop and just I have received some change amount, some remaining amount I have received, and now I can go home. No. You have to verify how much ever money you received from the shopkeeper, whether it is matching your requirement or not, whether he has given the correct change or not. So that's why this verification is a perfect process and testing is not a perfect process. When you just debug your program, and you will tell my program is successfully, my program doesn't have any errors, or my program has 10 errors or 20 errors. Just saying that is not enough. You have to check why my program has 10 errors. You have to verify your program. Correct, now students? So that's why this testing is not a perfect process, but the verification is a perfect process. That's why these two are together only, testing and verification. So without verification, you cannot move further. Correct, now students? Without verification, you cannot move further. Once you test, after testing, you have to definitely verify the output. You have to verify the output. So you have to verify how much remaining amount I have received. If it is 60 rupees, you have to ask a shopkeeper, according to my calculation, I have to get 80 rupees back, but you have given me only 60 rupees. What about the remaining amount? You'll verify, no? When he gives back the remaining 20 rupees, then only your process is successfully completed. Correct? Correct, the students, then only the process is successfully completed. If you just check whether I have received some change amount, or whether I have received some change amount, and it may be 100, it may be 50 rupees, it may be 60 rupees, or it may be 70 rupees. We are not verifying whether how much ever money I have received. Just we are testing. So that's why testing is not a perfect process. When you do verification, verification is a perfect process. Understood? Understood, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next we have defect management. Defect means what? Defect means what? Some problem, correct? No? Defect means something is not fine. Some error is there. Some problem is there. Correct, no, students? That is nothing but a defect. So how to manage that defect? How to manage that defect? A defect sorry. A defect management is an integral part of development. It is an integral part of development, and it is so the meaning is the defect management, it is a part of development and testing. Correct, no? It is a part of development and testing process which should be carried out in an organization. Yes, a defect management is a process of, or a defect management is an integral part of development. It is an integral part of development and testing the process in an organization or in a software company or in an application. So it is, the meaning is the defect management is controlled by the organization. When you say it is controlled by the organization, means the job of it is managed by the developer and test engineer. It is managed by developer and tester. Understood? The defect management is taken care, or I can say the defect management is taken care by developer and test engineer. It is taken care by developer and test engineer. And the defect prevention is achieved through varieties of process and tools. When I come to know a defect is some defect is there in my application. Once I develop the application, I'll come to know some problem or some errors are there in the application. It may be hardware error or it may be software error. So it should be, see, before we give to the customers or before we give to the end users, in the organization only we are checking this. In the organization only we are checking, and we are finding out is there any defect. If any defect is there, then we have to resolve those defect. A defect is nothing but some error or some mistake. So to prevent that defect, we have varieties of process and tools. Varieties of process means varieties of procedure. Varieties of procedure we have, and varieties of tools also we have to overcome from that defect or to prevent that defect. The process is depending on the situation, or the process is depending on the requirements, or the process is depending on the resources. Depending on the timing, the process may change. And even in addition to the process, we have tools also. We may use automation tool, or we may use software testing tool to find the defects. To find the defect, we may use tools. So after using tools and procedure, we'll come to know what defect we have done or what defect is there in the application, and we try to overcome the application. We try to overcome from the defects which are there present in our application, and finally we want to give a product or the project or the application without any errors, without any defect. Without any defect application, we want to give to our customers. Yes, understood, students? Next, we have test generation. Yes, students, before I do this test generation, I'll give assessment, today's assessment.
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಗೂಗಲ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ರೂಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಅದು ನಾನು ಅವಾಗೆ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಆ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ನೀವು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ.
ಎಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
ಮೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ. Check all of you whether you received a mail or not. All of you check.
Received, ma'am.
Okay. 10 minutes time I'll give students. In 10 minutes you have to complete. You have to finish the assessment. The students, after 10 minutes, I'm going to stop the responses. I'll not take after 10 minutes also respond, because in last assessment, after 11:30 also many of you have responded. I got one response. 26. Who is 26? Who is 26? Who is 23?
Manisha, ma'am.
Who is 23?
Kavya, ma'am.
Okay. ಆಯ್ತಾ ಕಾವ್ಯ ಮನೀಷಾ ಅಸೆಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮುಗೀತಾ?
Yes, ma'am.
Your students finish fast. The students finished?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What about others? Yes, in 2 minutes, I'm going to stop the. After 2 minutes, if any responses I get, I'm not going to consider. After 2 minutes, if I get any responses, I'm not going to consider. Only 46 responses I got. Don't give 2 times, give only 1 time. 47. Last 1 minute. After 1 minute, if any responses I get, then I will not consider. What is that? Hey students, next we have test generation strategy. Test generation strategy we'll see in the next class. But in today's class, whatever we have seen, these are all very important, and these are all the basics to learn software testing, defect management, testing and verification, software and hardware and software testing, test matrix. All these are very important. Anybody have doubt in this? Any doubt in hardware and software verification, testing, defect management? Yes, students, if there is no doubt, then I'll end my class here. I'll end my class. The next concept, that is test generation strategy. Test generation strategy. The diagram is there. I have to explain the diagram and all. So this I'll take in the next class.
Ma'am, attendance.
I marked, no? I took attendance. 8:40 only I took attendance. Those who were there, I marked them. I marked present. Those who are there in my class, I marked.
Ma'am, I present, but
I saw on the screen also, I saw you are not there. Those who are, if in the screen, if they are there, maybe because of internet issue, you are not able to answer. I assume like that, and I give attendance. But I saw only few students today morning, so that's why in the beginning of the class I saw only few students. That's why I took attendance that time.
Ma'am, I came at 8:45, ma'am.
Yaro. When I took attendance, that time you are not there, Harshit.
Yes, ma'am. After that, I came, I think, ma'am.
You think,
Around 8:45.
This is the last warning. From next class onwards, if you are coming late, then I am not going to give attendance.
Sorry.
8 is there?
ma'am.
8 is there? 8. Wait, I'll call your number. If you are there, 8 is there? 9?
Sure, ma'am. Present.
9?
Yes, ma'am.
13?
Present, ma'am.
17?
Present, ma'am.
19?
Present, ma'am.
20?
present, ma'am.
24? 29? Who is 29? 29.
Ma'am, Nilanjan, he is not there.
Yaro? Who?
Neelanjan.
Nilanjan, ma'am.
Okay. 30?
Present, ma'am.
TD1 is not there. 5? TD5? TD5 is not there. TD9? TD11 is not there.
Yes, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
11. TD16? Who is that 16? Shruti. Why late, Shruti? TD20? TD20. Who is that 20?
Srinivas, ma'am.
Okay, students. Stop. Srinivas. Bandilala, Srinivas. Okay.
Idda, ma'am. Istottu, ma'am.
Ma'am, 8 present, ma'am.
I think we have some internet issue.
Hoda. Srinivas is there, huh?
Yeah, ma'am, we can now.
Okay.
Ma'am, 8 present.
I'll stop here. See you in the next class.